Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Through this video, you can note down the question and answers of Class 6 Geography Lesson 2 Inside Our Earth. So question 1 is, what are the three layers of Earth? So the three layers are crust, mantle and core. It is a long answer question, but it can be asked as a one marker. So you just have to write the names of these three layers. And in case a question comes only on crust, so you have to write these 3 points. In case you get this question as a 3 mark, just take up 1 point. It is the uppermost and thinnest layer of the Earth's surface. So mantle is the middle layer, core it's the innermost layer. You don't have to write the details. Just depending on the question, the number of marks you have to write. So crust, it is about 35 kilometers deep. The continental crust and oceanic crust is about 5 kilometers deep, and the main minerals of crust are silica and alumina, and oceanic crust main minerals are silica and magnesium. Mantle, it is the middle layer and it is about 2900 kilometers deep. Core, it is the innermost layer and it extends up to 3500 kilometers. So that is why crust is called the thinnest layer. It is just 35 kilometers on the continents and 5 kilometers on the oceans. And core is made up of nickel and iron, and the temperature and pressure in the innermost layer, that is core, is very high. Then what is a rock? Explain three types of rocks. Again, it is a long answer question, but you can get question on any one of the individual rocks as well. So igneous rocks, it is formed by solidification of hot molten magma. When magma comes out, and then we call it lava, so it solidifies, so it is called igneous rock. Then whenever the river flows, it carries lots of sediments with it. That means lots of stones, rocks, etc. with it. And those rocks over time, layers on layers get deposited and they are compressed. They become hard over time. It takes millions of years and they form into thin layer of rocks. So those stones basically turn into rocks because of too much pressure and compression. For example, sandstone and limestone. And metamorphic rock, when igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks get into intense heat and pressure, then they turn into metamorphic rocks. Like limestone turns into marble and clay and shale turns into slate. So basically, metamorphic rocks are formed out of igneous and sedimentary rocks. Now, igneous rocks are of two types, extrusive rocks and intrusive rocks. Extrusive rocks, they are formed when molten magma cools outside on the surface of Earth. That means from the volcano, when lava comes out, it solidifies outside on the Earth's surface. But in case of intrusive igneous rocks, molten magma cools inside the surface of the Earth. Sometimes it cools down within the cracks inside the mountains. So they're all called as intrusive because they're inside. These have a very fine grained structure. These have large grains due to slow cooling. Since they are inside, they cool down slowly. Example of extrusive igneous rock is basalt and intrusive is granite. Then what is a rock cycle? One type of rock changes into another type of rock in a cyclical manner, and this is called as rock cycle. Like let's see the fifth question. In sixth question, there's an explanation of it. Then uses of rocks. They're used for making roads, houses, buildings. When they erode, they provide fertile soil. You know, the rocks that are into the river bodies, they keep on getting eroded through water and they form into fertile soil. So the fourth question was about rock cycle. So how does the cycle work? So molten magma, it comes out and forms igneous rocks. These igneous rocks break down gradually over time and they turn into sediments. And these sediments, when they get hardened and compressed, they form sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary and igneous rocks further changes into metamorphic rocks under heat and pressure. Then again, if there is a volcanic eruption, these metamorphic rocks uh, melt into molten magma. Sedimentary and igneous rocks can also melt into molten magma, and this again cools down and solidifies into igneous rocks. And this is the picture of rock cycle that you have to draw in your notebook. Then difference between Sial and Sima, it's Ma. So Sial, it's basically silica and alumina, and continental crust contains of this. And Sima, it's uh, the oceanic crust that is formed of silica and magnesium. Question 8. What are minerals and fossils? So minerals are solid inorganic components. They occur naturally. They have their physical properties. Every mineral has its definite chemical composition. And fossils, these are the remains of dead plants and animals which are trapped in the layers of rocks. And these are called as fossils. These further over millions of years turn into coal and petroleum and natural gas, and that is why coal, petroleum and natural gas are called as fossil fuels, because they are formed through fossils. So draw the diagram of earth showing its three layers, the core, mantle and the crust, and even draw a diagram of rock cycle that I just showed you. So it is this diagram that you have to draw as an activity. So that's it. Thank you so much. I hope you will enjoy writing the notes.